episode of The Kitchen Warrior. I am Chef Melvin, and today it's a perfect day to do a little outdoors cooking. Follow me to the grill. A lot of preparation goes into having a good barbecue, and a good fire is one of those very important things. We start with some small pieces of wood. We're going to build this really nice fire. Excellent. Want to make sure you have some really nice good coals before you decide to start cooking your food on the grill. This is a very special day for me, as I am outdoors and I am about to show you some skewers that we're going to make in the grill. I want you to take a look at the table, at my table display here, of all the ingredients you're able to identify. Alright, I'm going to start here. I have baking soda, salt, black pepper. I have red peppers, orange peppers, yellow peppers. I have onions. I have serrano chilies. I have yellow squash. I have green zucchinis. I have garlic. I have a whole pineapple. I have fish sauce, olive oil, honey. I have chipotle chilies. I have cider vinegar. I have chicken thigh. I have pork loin. I have linguica sausage. I have some fresh herbs. I have oregano. I have parsley. We're going to start cutting all the vegetables and the fruit that we're going to use here first. Take the pineapple, we cut the top. And lay it down here. We're going to cut the bottom, cut the top. This makes it easy and stable. And we're going to take the skin off. Just like that. I'm going to show you, then we're going to cut them like this, just into chunks. All our vegetables cut. Now for the sauce that we're going to use on these skewers, we're going to take an onion. We're going to cut it like this, and we're going to cut it julienne. So I'll show you what the julienne is in case you don't know. So we're going to cut it like this. Alright, just like that. We're going to place our red bell pepper right here over the flames, over the fire. What we want is for this to become charred. We also want the garlic to roast as well. We're going to take the onions. We add a little bit of oil to our pan, and we're going to have these onions caramelize. When the skin finally blisters completely all around, I am going to place it in a container. I'm going to cover it till it cools down. That will make the skin easier to be removed. I'm going to cut the linguica sausage into 1.5-inch pieces. Into 1-inch pieces, just like that, cylindrical pieces. Make a little bit of a brine. We're going to add about half of this container worth of water, and I'm going to take some salt right here. This is sea salt. I'm going to break some in there. I want this water to be nice and salty because the sauce that will go on the pork loin will be sweet and spicy. We're going to mix this real good. And I'm going to let this soak in here for about a half an hour. Alright, so I have deboned all the chicken thighs. Chicken thighs are more moist than chicken breast. I'm going to cut these in half, place them over here, just like this. And this will be the process just before we get to marinating. We're going to make the marinade for the chicken. And this is something that perhaps you have seen before, maybe you haven't seen. So the list of ingredients are going to be fresh limes, garlic, serrano chilies, fish sauce, baking soda, paprika, and of course the chicken thigh that we have cut. Alright, let's dice really fine the serrano chilies. These are very spicy. If you don't have serrano chilies, you can use jalapeno chilies. You should use Thai chilies. And you can also use chili flakes and even cayenne pepper if you're on a real pinch. You want to cut these as small as you can, real fine minced. It's going to make it a little spicy, and you will see, I will explain to you how these flavors are going to connect together. These flavors are mostly Thai, from Thailand, from the Orient. Alright, so we have our chilies right here. It's going to be nice and interesting with the chicken. Do the same thing with the garlic. Just crush them real good and mince them. We're going to let this chicken marinate for about 35 to 45 minutes. A couple hours at the most. Very good. Alright, we're going to take these ingredients. We're going to place them right there in the bowl. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to cut limes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start with 4. Squeeze the juice from it. Four limes. Very good. Alright. So what we want to do is we want to balance flavors right here. Now fish sauce by itself is very strong, very potent. It's made from fish where they salt the fish and they allow the oils from the fish to drain, and they come up with this very salty flavor that is just unique. But when you blend it with the chilies, the garlic, the paprika, it's just awesome. It really works well with chicken. I guarantee you that. Hold on. We'll do another one. We'll do 5 lemons. Alright, very good. Want to make sure this marinates really well. Alright. So 5 limes. Awesome. To these 5 limes, measure it out. You see how much you have right there. I would say that's about 3 ounces. So to the 3 ounces, I'm going to add 1.5 ounces of the fish sauce. Here we go. Good enough. Alright, very good. This is a very important part. I'm going to taste it right now. And the lime and the fish sauce has to be just right. On the first shot, I got it. Very good. So we're going to add a little bit of this paprika. Very nice. And the paprika will give it a color. So about a teaspoon of this. Very good. So we'll give it a nice color. Awesome. Alright. So to this, we're going to add about a 1/2 teaspoon of baking. Let's see. About a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Just like that. And it's going to bubble. Yes. Just like the old volcano at school. Remember that? When you add baking soda to an acid. And we're going to take that chicken. You see that? You see the bubbles? We're going to add this chicken right there. Yes. And this is going to tenderize it. And the flavors that will come out from this will be awesome. And we're going to mount this on a skewer here pretty soon. We're going to let this marinate for a while. Alright, so we're going to put these two together. This is 2 onions, and that is 1 roasted pepper. We're going to place this right here in the blender. All we want to do is make a puree. To that puree, we're going to add a little salt and pepper, and also some olive oil. And these flavors will be great. Alright, so we're going to add about 2 ounces of olive oil to that. We're going to mix a little bit of salt and pepper, about a teaspoon, add it right to it. Oh, and not forget, we're going to add a little bit of oregano. This is fresh oregano right out of the garden. About 2 stems. There you go, 2 pieces. Throw them right in there. And we're going to blend this. And this will be the topping for the roasted vegetables. It's a little bit sauce that we're going to use on the pork loin that is submerged right now on a salt brine. we're going to place these 2 roasted garlics that we had. We're going to squeeze them. I just squeezed that one. We're going to squeeze this one. All we want to do is just remove the pieces of roasted garlic very nicely. Alright, so we're going to use a little bit of honey, and we're going to add some honey right here. About 3 ounces worth of honey. We're going to take a little bit of this chipotle in adobo sauce. Maybe 1, 2, 3 pieces, 4 pieces, to be precise. Very good. Put this aside. We're going to take a little splash of vinegar, about maybe a capful. Very good. We're going to take these oranges. We're going to cut, out of the 4 oranges, we're going to cut 3 of them first. Squeeze the juice right into the sauce. This will be a basting sauce. We're going to add this to the pork as the skewers are on the grill. Just like that. And this will yield about 6 ounces. Alright, so for this next and last orange, we're going to take a zester. I have one right here in my pocket. And we're going to zest it. See the little holes in it? We're going to go like this. And we're just going to scratch little pieces of the skin. I'm sure there's other tools in your kitchen where you can do this. Just add a little bit of the orange rind. Remember, in the orange rind, that deep yellow orange color, there's a lot of vitamins. So I'm going to pour my sauce right here. I'm going to taste it real quick. It needs a tiny little more salt and pepper. Right there. Awesome. Mix it real good. And we are going to brush this onto our pork with pineapple. So we're going to remove our skewers from the bag. We're going to remove the water. You can see they're nice and moist. This will prevent them from catching on fire when you place them over the fire. The next thing we're going to do, and I'm going to show you this, very important. We want to make some holes into our vegetables, but if we simply poke with the stick, we might break them, and we will not have a sturdy foundation. So this is a little secret of mine. Buy yourself a brand new drill bit, stainless steel, and with the drill bit, holding it with your hands, you'll be able to select where you want to drill the hole and easily drill a hole right through it, a clean hole. And you'll do that to all your vegetables, your onions, the pineapple, and your zucchinis. Watch how we do it on the zucchini. You can do it this way, straight. Hey, for all I know, to save some time, I would use my drill on this. See that? Very nice. The chicken skewer, and with this one we're going to use a double skewer because we want this to have more stability. So what we're going to do is we're going to stab them like this, go underneath and bring them up. Finally, place all our vegetables, the pork and the chicken on the skewers. Look how beautiful they look. Majestic. Chicken first. Place the chicken down just like that. Also the pork and the pineapple, just like that. You want to make sure there's less heat towards the back where the handles are. Of course, the vegetable with linguica are going to take a little bit less, so I'm going to place them a little further away from the fire, and we're going to begin basting it after 5 minutes passed since we placed our meat here and all our skewers on the grill. Now we're going to turn them for the first time. All right, very nice. You can see the proteins are starting to harden. You see the nice color of the smoke that it's getting. It's really nice. We're going to just turn them. Real easy with the skewer. Very good. We're going to begin doing our basting. All right, all these are moved. Now we'll do the same thing with the vegetables. You want these to cook very slowly. And the skewers, like I said, make it really easy. Alright, so for the vegetables, we're going to use the one with the peppers. What we're going to do is just brush it on. Just brush it on. Some of it will fall off, but we'll brush it on a couple of times. Alright, so we're going to place this one right on the pork and the pineapple. Very nice. Just like that. Nice little basting. This is going to caramelize right all over the surface. It's going to give it a really nice, sweet and salty flavor with a little bit of spice from the chicken. It has reached 165 degrees. It is perfectly done, as you can see. We have basted the pork several times. We also basted the vegetables. And these skewers are ready for service. Regardless of what your favorite item is to grill, get out and enjoy yourself. I am Chef Melvin, the Kitchen Warrior. Thank you for watching.